for me, are kind of important little forms.
Rice bowls?
Yeah, like in Japan.
Uh-huh.
In Japan, there's rice. There's stores that sell only rice. Different qualities of rice, different types. I feel like it's, for me, it just symbolizes nourishment and sustenance, and you know, the basic food of life.
Uh-huh.
And they have bowls. They have bowls for everything. Very specific bowls for everything. And rice bowls are just small bowls. And rice is served at every meal, and you eat it kind of between courses, or between different types of food, as kind of like a rest.
I got you. I guess were those bowls that we ate our ice cream from last night?
That's
those
right.
Were rice bowls.
Yeah, those
okay.
were rice bowls. And they're pretty little bowls. I just like that size bowl.
Uh-huh.
And also, this type of throwing is called throwing off the hump.
Uh-huh.
Where you just throw the bowl, and then you keep on using the same thing of clay
To create another form.
to create another one. Mm-hmm.
Huh. So just a little piece of string.
Sometimes potters do a form, a simple form. Often they make like tea bowls or something
Uh-huh.
at the beginning of a series of working. They just start with this to get themselves in a rhythm of throwing.
I got you.
And I would do rice bowls.
So they're like your little pet form.
Yeah, I used to, before beginning, I'd do a rice bowl, and with something in mind. Like, I remembered in April doing a rice bowl and putting little raindrops, decorating with little raindrops, because it was a rainy day, and things like that. I remember once there was I don't know if you remember, there was a two-tailed comet that was close by. And you can see it in the sky, and so I did a two-tailed comet rice bowls.
Right, look at that. Boom, boom. 2 bowls. That quick. We've been going less than 5 minutes.
Less than 5 minutes and 40 years of making.
Yes. So then the rice bowls, as a form of art, almost serve as like a meditation, and they just a little way to get in the zone.
Right. But then, I mean, when you think of pottery at all, it's a meditation at any spot in its life.
Yeah.
And it's a meditation for me now, but you know, when we were talking about kind of the spirituality of how lacking it is.
Yeah.
You know, like, I think there's no reason for people to buy a pot, a handmade pot. This bowl I sell for $22.
Uh-huh.
And you can buy something that serves its purpose for probably $1.50.
Sure.
So, but I guess I really believe that that my community is made up of people who have things like bowls, my bowls, in their home.
Yeah.
And It's just about a human experience, not a commercial one. That's the touchy-feely.
Yeah. No, but I mean, look at, so what you're doing is, I mean, this is the energy that's passing through, everything is passing through you into the clay. You're sharing all of that. Mm-hmm. And there's a certain energy field or
yep.
The frequency of whatever it takes to make it happen, which is very different than stamping and extruding and you know, something done by a machine.
I really do think it has more life in it.
I guess for the same reason you said in that community where the disabled people lived, and when they came together, they said, oh, you have to have live music.
Mm-hmm. Music that still has life, that's not been programmed through a machine.
Yeah, processed and remastered and digitally.
Mm-hmm. I mean, in that case, they're really talking about the physical vibrations of the sound that is different than the sound that comes out of a box. The vibrations are different.
Yeah, because it's real. It has a real energy. Mm-hmm. I've always been a lover of live music, almost any live music, even if it's kind of terrible music.
Right.
Music I wouldn't listen to on an album.
Uh-huh.
I can appreciate live because you feel it.
Yeah.
It's a part of you.
Yeah.
I mean, it is so cool to watch that take its shape.
Well, this clay is porcelain clay.
Uh-huh.
So it's just so soft and sensuous. It's really lovely to have in your hands.
So Bridget apparently knows that there's a difference between these clays. Of course, I had no clue. That she said in discussions, apparently she read some things on your website or your blog, and she said, oh, she uses porcelain clay, and she knew that there was, I don't know, something different about it. And
porcelain is translucent, so that if sometimes at breakfast when I have my coffee cup, I notice the light going through it, and I can see my hand on the other side.
Wow.
It's really cool. Really cool.
Wow. Which creates a whole added spiritual angle in itself.
Yeah, it's just really nice. But it also, even if you can't see through it, it has to be thin to see through it. It creates a glow, a vibrancy to the glaze. When you put it on, there's a depth to the glaze that I think is very beautiful.
Well, we were looking, I remember when Josh said now, he said, you sent me a link to your website and a link to the Havel's website.
Mm-hmm.
And anyway, Bridget could see, she was looking at the pictures, and she said, oh, there's something different about the clay that they're using right off the bat.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then she said, do you see that these marks? And then we have some pieces of Havel pottery. Mm-hmm. And so she said, you see these little flecks in here? This is something different about the clay they're using and all this stuff. I said, Bridget, how do you even see that or know that? She's very...
Well, she'll get a real good taste of different clays and different atmospheres just wiring the wood kiln.
Mm.
There's a possibility that it wouldn't happen because of you need to have enough pots to fill the kiln, enough people to help work, do the work, and I wasn't sure that there was going to be enough people, so I'm so glad that it's happening for me.
Well, it sounds like you got into organizer mode. And...
I did. I did. I laughed. But that made it fun for me because several of my friends are going to do it, and it's always a great experience when that happens.
Yeah. Wow.
So, there you go.
And so then whatever's left over, these are the scraps that I took
Right.
pictures of, and that's eventually what
Yeah.
Bridget's going to be helping you reprocess.
Yeah, like these pots, I'll have to trim the foot.
Uh-huh.
All those trimmings
Yeah.
go into recycle. So there.
That's awesome. Well, that's a session from Nell Hazinski Pottery Studio. There's Nell.
Yep.